You're watching South Asia Newsline and here are the top stories we are tracking for you on Monday, the 1st of July. India implements new criminal laws, bids farewell to colonial baggage. Pashtun and Baloch protesters in Europe expose Pakistani atrocities. And Taliban urges unfreezing of Afghan funds, calls on West to build deeper ties. And now for all the details. India on Monday introduced 3 criminal laws, the Bharatiya Nyay Sanhita, Bharatiya Nagrik Suraksha Sanhita and the Bharatiya Sakshya Adhiniyam, replacing the full set of British-era laws. Home Minister Amit Shah, who spearheaded the introduction of the new criminal laws, emphasized on Monday that the new legislation prioritizes the provision of justice in contrast to the colonial-era laws and focused primarily on penal action. Shah said earlier only the rights of the police were protected, but now victims and rights of complainants will be protected too. The new laws will allow any person to file a zero FIR at any police station, regardless of jurisdiction. It will permit online registration of police complaints and electronic serving of summons. New provisions have been added to the criminal laws to address emerging crimes like mob killings, gang rapes and false promises of marriage. Reacting to the laws which were tabled last year, the opposition accused the government of passing these laws from the parliament forcibly by suspending MPs and have called for a parliamentary review of the new laws.
पांचवी अहम बात यह है कि ये सरकार किसी को भी टेररिस्ट घोषित कर सकती है। माने यूएपीए से खतरनाक ये कानून आज बन चुका है। सबसे ज्यादा इसका गलत इस्तेमाल होगा आदिवासियों पर, दलितों पर, मुसलमानों पर और जो लोग रूलिंग पार्टी से डिसेंट करते हैं। और उसमें एक प्रोविजन ये भी है कि किसी को भी पुलिस जो है 48 घंटे के लिए, 24 घंटे के लिए उठाकर लेकर जाएगी।
No, our point was precisely that there was never a full discussion in Parliament. And that's something that was very regrettable for such a major thing that affects the lives of everybody and affects all the way in which our country functions in the criminal area. It's very important that we actually have discussions in Parliament, and that remains our demand, but it may not be.
Moving on, the situation in India's northeastern Assam state has worsened due to floods, raising the death toll to more than 32. Heavy rains in recent days have caused the water levels of the huge Brahmaputra River and its tributaries to swell up, affecting habitations and causing hardships to people across Assam. Residents in Dibrugarh region were seen wading through waterlogged streets as water entered their homes and shops, forcing some to stay in shelter homes.
कल तो पानी कुछ कम था, आज तो पूरा पानी हो गया, पूरा घर हमारा डूब गया। हम लोग बाहर में आश्रय लेके रह रहे हैं, खाने पीने की पूरी असुविधा हो रही है, सब दुकानें बंद है।
Meanwhile, residents in Nadan Muradabad also struggled to carry out daily tasks and used boats as torrential rains inundated homes and vehicles in the city. Meanwhile, in the western state of Gujarat, residents waded through the swamped roads to commute and carry out their daily tasks. Last week, heavy rainfall caused a fatal roof collapse in capital New Delhi, which resulted in disrupted flights and massive traffic jams in parts of the city.
समस्या लोगों को अपने धंधे पर जाने के लिए दिक्कत हो रही है। पूरा पानी भर गया है तो गाड़ी भी नहीं चल रही है, ऐसी दिक्कतें हो रही है। सब लोग बाहर निकल के वापस घर पे आ गए हैं, कोई नहीं जा पा रहा है।
Pakistan's Finance Minister Mohammad Aurangzeb this past weekend said that he is very hopeful that his country would secure a new funding program from the International Monetary Fund after the cash-strapped country's annual fiscal budget passed into law. The budget comes ahead of more talks with the IMF for a loan of between 6 to 8 billion US dollars to avert a debt default by Pakistan, the slowest growing economy in South Asia. Aurangzeb underlined the importance of the IMF loan, saying it would help unlock investments from other international financial institutions and countries that are friendly toward Pakistan, including Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates. Pakistan is facing $25 billion in external debt payments in the coming fiscal year, starting in July, a significantly higher amount than its current level of foreign exchange reserves. Moving on, Pashtun and Baloch activists this past weekend held protests in Switzerland and Germany to highlight Pakistani atrocities against ethnic minorities. A report.
Pashtun Tahaffuz movement activist Fazlur Rahman Afridi, who is in Geneva for the ongoing UNHRC session, has raised concerns against the stringent visa regulations imposed by Pakistan that are severely impacting social, economic and financial well-being of Pashtuns. Previously, Pakistani and Afghani Pashtuns could cross the border with just their identity cards. Afridi highlighted the violent responses of the Pakistani state to peaceful protests against the move. He also voiced concern against Pakistan's latest decision to begin its so-called military operations again that are likely to eliminate innocent Pashtuns.
I think there's more than 200 leaders have been forcibly disappeared by the Pakistani military forces. More than 100 were injured and several were killed by the Pakistani forces. So it's really in violation of the international law. It's against our basic fundamental rights, our right to peaceful assembly, our right to freedom of expression. पाकिस्तान की जो इकोनॉमी है वो वॉर इकोनॉमी है. उनका सारा डिपेंडेंस वॉर पे है. या जंग करें अपनों के खिलाफ या दूसरों के खिलाफ प्रॉक्सी वॉर्स करें. तो ये हो रहा है अभी अगेन जो कि बहुत डेंजरस होगा. ये जो जेनोसाइड सिंस 20 इयर्स पश्तूनों का हो रहा है इसमें मजीद इजाफा होगा.
Meanwhile, members of the Baloch National Movement held a protest in Germany's Cologne city to raise awareness about human rights violations in Balochistan by Pakistan. The BNM also called for an independent investigation into enforced disappearances, extrajudicial killings, and atrocities committed against the Baloch nation by the Pakistani state.
And during the third round of Doha meeting in Qatar, Taliban demanded an end to the financial sanctions against Afghanistan and expressed a desire for greater engagement with the West. Taliban spokesman Zabiullah Mujahid, in his inaugural remarks, said the process of easing financial and trade sanctions has been slow, leading to several challenges for the Afghan government. He said Afghans built a system aimed at fostering positive engagement with the world. However, in return, they face sanctions and restrictions. The US froze $7 billion of Afghan central bank funds after Kabul fell to Taliban in 2021. Mujahid did not directly reference the ban on girls' education and women's employment or curbs on their mobility, instead hinting at them as cultural, religious and policy differences. The Taliban attended the two-day conference despite intense criticism from women's rights groups in and outside Afghanistan for excluding rights activists. To ensure the Taliban did not skip the meeting as they did in February because activists were invited, the UN decided not to bring women activists to the official event. And people across Nepal observed Ropain Divas, also known as Ashar Pandra, this past weekend by planting paddy saplings on terraced farms. This celebration honors the age-old traditions of rice cultivation. Farmers immersed in mud and water worked tirelessly to level the fields, ensuring even terrain and a consistent water flow, creating an ideal environment for the paddy saplings to thrive. The paddy planting, known as Ropain, holds great significance for farmers and is predominantly carried out during the monsoon season, which begins in June and lasts for 4 months. While planting the saplings, farmers chase each other, smearing mud on their faces and splashing muddy water for fun. Ropain Divas has been celebrated as National Paddy Day in Nepal since 2005.
15 असार मनाउने भनेको कुरा चाहिँ हामीले के गर्छौं भने अब पहिलादेखि पुर्खादेखि मानि आएको अनि त्यही भएर अनि बच्चाहरुदेखि नै अब हामीले रमाइलो गर्दै आउँथ्यौं अनि अहिले पनि पानी सानी यताउता हुँदाखेरि चाहिँ खेत रोप्न अब सदा त सकाउँथे बोड्ने हुन्थे यसपालि चाहिँ र रोप्दै छौं के.
That's all in tonight's edition. We will see you same time tomorrow. Good night.